to BizChicks TV. We're here to help you take the hassle out of your hustle so you can build a profitable business that's fun to run. Here are your hosts.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to BizChicks TV. I'm here with Robin Shimizu, and we're talking happy, healthy habits this morning. And I'm going to put Robin in the seat so she can get us started this morning. Robin, it's always good to have you here. And I just want to say Happy New Year. I haven't seen you over the holidays. And I hope you had a great New Year because we're off to a great start.
It's
So
very true. Today is an absolutely beautiful day here in Sacramento.
it really is. And it's a change, and I'm so glad. A change
No
for the
fog
good.
today. No fog today. Yep. Well, Happy New Year's, Terralina. Good to see you.
It's good to see you too. So what do you have for us today, Robin?
Well, instead of talking about New Year's resolutions, I decided to switch it up because it is New Year's, right? So came across this really great article about longevity. And they interviewed these centurions, and each one gave a tip on what is their tip for longevity. And they're all over 100 years old.
Okay.
So there's only 7 of them, and so I thought we'd just go through them, fairly quickly. But these people were amazing, 100 years old and still working. So the first one was, she was working at Home Depot, and she's 101. And she says, keep working if you enjoy it.
I love it.
And that's us, Terralina.
It is. It really is, isn't it?
I thought, oh my goodness, that's us. That's BizChicks.
It
right?
is. Absolutely. We are just, refiring, out of different careers into new careers. Right now, BizChicks is focused on AI, and we are really moving forward with that and becoming certified as AI consultants. And it has just been fabulous. It's just opened up a whole new world. And we're excited about it. I think when you find something you're excited about, it does give you vitality.
That's exactly right. Okay. So the next one was, it's never too late to fall in love. And the story was, this guy was 100 years old, and he married his 87-year-old girlfriend.
Okay.
It's not for me, maybe, but right now I have my hands full with everything that I'm doing. But yeah, I mean, people are doing that. It's nice having companionship.
So fall in love.
And I actually heard over the weekend that there was a study out there that said the number one thing that was important to our health was social interaction, was being more social, being with people, because we human beings need people. And it's the number one thing to keep us healthy, is to stay connected. Okay. The third thing was dream big and go on adventures.
Oh, wow.
And we're doing that. We're going on adventures. Yeah. I mean, you're always on adventure. You're going to your brothers, you're going to help your kids. I mean, you're always out and about.
You're all over the globe.
And those are adventures,
Japan. Where haven't you been? Hawaii.
Yeah. So, get out there and go on some adventures. And the example was a hiker. She was a hiker. Okay. And the next one was
she's hiking it at 100? She's still hiking. Okay, see, I have no excuse for not taking that walk. Go ahead.
And have a purpose in life. And the example there was, she was an owner of a jewelry store, and she was 101. And that was her purpose, was to keep her store open and serve her customers. And she looked like she was like 70 years old. She looked all dolled up with their jewelry on, and everything. Is like, yeah, why not? And the fifth one was just to move your body. So that would be the example was, she was in the gym doing her walking on her treadmill and
at 100.
At 100.
What great balance and concentration.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. She was on all those machines. And then the next one was eating healthy food. Just eat healthily. Just
Mhm.
think about what you're putting in your mouth and think about that's fuel. It's like putting, so that's what I've been trying to do this last year. I think I've been doing better about eating more
Uh-huh.
healthily and watching what I eat. And I think I feel better. All my numbers came back last year, so that was good.
Good.
And the last one was to treat yourself, however that is. So to
Now,
treat,
give me an example. Are we talking about self-care now?
yeah, probably whatever it is that's going to make you happy to treat yourself.
You know what we say, biz chicks, do what makes you smile.
That's right.
Yes, if it brings you joy, I think that's what they're saying. Do it. Treat yourself to it. If going
That's
to
right.
get your nails done or getting a massage or whatever it is, because I know my sister-in-law actually orders the masseuse to come to the house and give her and her husband a massage. So
Mm-hmm.
it's really a treat.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
That's
so
a really good case of self-care because
mhm,
they're not that's really a perfect example of taking care of yourself.
yes, yes, do
For
that.
her.
So,
Good for her.
oh my
So
goodness.
we have a 2026 to look forward to. Very exciting.
I am excited. Well, I think your guest is in the green room. So do you want to
Okay.
introduce her?
Oh, yes, I do. Okay, now it's going to take me a minute because I like to read her. I don't read her entire bio, but I
Well,
pick out a few things, but it takes a minute because she's so accomplished. Okay.
okay.
Okay. We have with us today Lynnis Woods-Mullins, who is a certified holistic living and wellness expert for women over 40 with over 18 years of experience. She's the founder of Praise Works Health and Wellness, a mind, body, spirit wellness company that specializes in educating women 40 and over on wellness. Lynnis is a certified a life coach, a health coach, a nutritionist and gut health specialist, and a social media strategist. Okay. She's a co-author of Power Up Superwoman and editor and publisher of Wellness Women 40 and Beyond magazine. She has 2 podcasts, VIBE, Living and Wellness Journey, all of which air on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. I just signed up for Spotify this weekend. That was
Oh,
fun.
okay.
I'm starting to learn things. Anyway, she has shows on YouTube. She is signed with Celebrate the Great Agency as an influencer and a model. She is beautiful. Lynnis has a combined social media following of over 200,000, including her Facebook group, Vibe Wellness Women 40 and Beyond, which has over 26,000 members over 40. She's recently, this is important. I like this part. She has recently launched a new membership site, VIBE Wellness Women Network, that offers online course guides, challenges, 23 wellness and health professionals with cumulative experience of over 350 years in the health and wellness field for women over 40, and a support group of women over 40 who want to make holistic approach to their overall wellness. And I think that's the key, is she's all about holistic wellness. So she lives in California with her hubby, and she has 4 grown daughters and 7 grandkids. She's a very busy woman.
Wow.
So with that, let's go to Lynnis, and we get to see her first thing in the new year.
Great. I love this woman and I'm just excited to have her on the show. Here we go. Linus, let me put you in the seat.
Hello, ladies. I love you too. Boy, oh boy, I got a chance to talk to Terry and Francine during this little holiday break and stuff. So that was really special, and it's great to be on your show at almost the very beginning of the year. I'm very excited about
Exactly.
that. Boy, the lighting is so bright, but I tried to adjust it, but still something's different. I don't know what it is with my lighting. I don't know. It seems like super bright. I want to turn it down because it's really bugging me, but all of the controls are somewhere else. I wanted to talk today about something that I awakened to as a result of doing a lot of introspection over the last few days of this 2025. And kind of what led me to create this summit that I am going to be doing. Oh, I see that right there. You have it? Okay, yeah, okay. Somebody asked about the link for the event, but I think you have it. But what led me to do or create the Midlife Awakening Summit was really something that I awakened to starting like around October. In October, I started thinking about what I wanted to do for 2026. What did I still want to keep with the vibe messaging? And I definitely still wanted to, because I do believe it's really important that women know that just because you're aging doesn't mean that you can't have vibrancy, or just because you're aging doesn't mean that you cannot have the ability to be beautiful, and not just the beauty on the outside, but beauty radiating from the inside. And the aging process should have nothing to do with your ability to stay intuitive. In fact, your intuition should be increased. And of course, you want to feel empowered. And I think a lot of times, our confidence level takes a hit as we begin this midlife journey.
Oh,
and so the more I thought about that, I said, you know what? Midlife is really not the best term, because first of all, if I'm a midlife person, that means I'm going to live to be what? I'm 68 now, so live to be 130 something. Okay, that's probably not going to be happening. I don't even know if I want that to happen. And the next thing is that the midlife journey in terms of menopause and everything, after you've passed that 45 to 40 to 55 thing, after you pass that, you're still in it. You will never be over menopause. You are a menopausal woman once you are diagnosed as being in menopause, because your period's not returning. Okay, you are no longer making the kind of hormones that are necessary for you to be fertile and have babies. That's what a menopausal woman is. So I began thinking, well, you know what? We need to awaken to the fact that this is a journey that is going to be ongoing. It's not like between 40 and 45 or 45 and 50 or 60. That's it. It's an ongoing journey, because even after you pass the so-called menopause symptoms, which do lessen but come back in a different way later, you still need to do other things. You still need to know there's special ways you need to move, special things you need to do in terms of your gut health, special things you should be doing with your skin, your hair. I mean, you are it's a ongoing recalibration process, and we have to awaken to that.
All right.
So that's why I decided to call it the Midlife Awakening. And Robin, you're laughing because I guess it's resonating what I'm saying to you.
Absolutely, it's like hitting home.
Well, that's what we're going to be talking about at the summit, because that is so true. There are so many things that we are thinking that, okay, that's it, but it's not. It's, if anything, it's just the beginning, because once you get through or past dealing with the hot flashes and everything else, then you still have, if you're blessed, another 15, 20, 30 more years. Okay. And how are you going to do all of that? How are you going to do life? Because what happens is your body, because it's going through an aging process, is supporting you differently. And it goes from how your body supports you to how can you support your body. That's the difference. And you have to awaken to that. There are things you need to be doing to supplement and, exercise, all this kind of stuff. If anything, you should become more diligent about taking care of you, and stop waiting until you have to go to the doctor because you're sick. You want to live preventatively. That's why it's so important to learn how to live holistically, because you're going to be addressing the needs of the mind, the body, and the spirit, because they're all an integral part of keeping you well, more so than any other time in your life. And so these are the things that I kind of awakened to, that I want to share with you, and why I think awakening is so important. It's important for us to realize that, for decades, we've been conditioned to be responsible before being rested, to be accommodating before being honest, to be strong before being well. In midlife, the body stops cooperating with that model, okay? Because of the hormonal shifts, nervous system sensitivities, which are really important to know about, and cumulative stress. And it makes it impossible at that point to power through without consequence. So self-care becomes leadership, okay? Because your body is now the primary data source for how you live, how you work, and how you relate, okay? So what happens if this awakening is ignored? You start dealing with things like, and I have clients that come to me with this, chronic fatigue, inflammation, emotional resentment, and a certain kind of emotional numbness, loss of clarity and creativity, feeling kind of disconnected from yourself. And this is not failure. This is your body giving you feedback, okay, of what you need to be doing. So what I invite women to do at this stage of the game is to stop asking yourself, what can I push through? But ask yourself, what supports me? What I need to support myself. Okay.
I like that.
Yeah. And start creating these non-negotiables. Non-negotiables should include sleep, hydration, movement, and solitude. Solitude is different than isolation. Okay. Solitude. And also making decisions based on your capacity, not your obligation. So we need to reframe the whole self-care thing. Self-care isn't selfish. It's a strategic stewardship to help us with this journey. The other thing.
Wow. Well, just hold everything. Don't say nothing. Don't hit another lick. Listen, I heard you say, and correct me if I'm incorrect. If I'm incorrect, correct me. That we have the right to take control of our own destiny.
Absolutely.
To decide what benefits us and eliminate what does not, to start taking stuff off the plate and only going through the buffet for what we want.
That's absolutely right. And there's nothing wrong with that. And the other thing too is that, your body, yes, we are all aging. You're aging from the time you come out of the womb. Okay. So that's a given, but your body is not failing you. It's trying to give you feedback to let you know it needs help to continue to support you. So you have to start living life in a different way, not in a way of decline. It's not decline. It is just a recalibration to support yourself in a different way. And the very first thing is making yourself the A1 priority. The other thing is that, your guidance at this stage of the game doesn't shout. It whispers, and acting on it is how the trust is built. So another awakening is intuition and your internal GPS. This is important because midlife strips away external validation. That begins to go, okay? The things that we look for outside of ourselves to validate us are either gone or no longer hold the same kind of value as it used to. And what once guided us, okay, in terms of roles, expectations, approval, that grows quieter. And that inner guidance, that grows louder. If we don't listen to that inner guidance the way we should, if we don't turn to our intuition the way we absolutely should, because intuition is a gift, it's all of our combined wisdom, and it's a skill, not a mystery. It's very real. But if we don't, we start second guessing ourselves. We get decision fatigue. We start taking anxiety is rooted in a lot of self-distrust, and we start outsourcing authority to everyone, and it feels chaotic if we ignore our intuition. But if we start doing things like slowing our decisions instead of rushing to clarity, give ourselves time, take a pause. Okay. There's power in the pause. Notice bodily signals, a tightness or an expansion. If your stomach is getting what I call the niggly, something just doesn't feel right, pay attention to that. Just don't discount it. And begin to do maybe small acts of trust. Instead of taking big leaps to things, maybe it's little leaps, big here and there to get you to where you want to go. And start journaling and praying more before asking others, okay? In other words, intuition strengthens through practice, not perfection. We got to let go of this idea for perfection. That's very 20-something, 30-something, maybe 40-something, but somewhere in the mid-40s or whatever, you begin to think, wait a minute. Why am I obsessing over this? And I still have to catch myself on certain things. I did a reel the other day and I was looking at something and I could see that these two little words were off like like this, just a little bit off. I said, oh my God, go back and do this. So I'm going back with my mouse. And I'm like, wait a minute. How much the hell does anyone care?
Is it really that serious?
Yeah, it's right. This is like, as a result, a day later it's released. Is it really that serious? No, stop it. So we have to catch ourselves sometimes and reframe how we think. Mm-hmm. Another thing is that we want to take an awakening to the need for our focus, our patience, and our progress. Okay, yes. Because what we water definitely does grow. So clarity comes when we honor our progress, not our perfection. Okay. And this is really important because midlife often comes with perfection fatigue, like what I was telling you about, a lot of comparison burnout. You've got to stop comparing, and the pressure to figure it all out. Okay. But clarity doesn't arrive through force. It arrives through constant attention, consistent attention. Okay. So what happens if we ignore this awakening for the need for focus, patience, and progress? We start having problems with constant dissatisfaction. It's never good enough. Starting and stopping repeatedly, not finishing anything, feeling behind even when you're growing, and losing trust in your own process. And I understand what that's like, because as an entrepreneur, that is me right there, always second guessing myself, always. And I've learned to stop doing that. And, AI has helped me a lot with that. I mean, Ori, as crazy as it sounds, Ori, my AI, has become my best friend when it comes to the feedback that I need to make sure that I'm on the right track. So one way to facilitate this awakening of, being aware of your ability to focus more, your ability to be patient with yourself, and the ability to recognize your progress is to track what's working instead of what's missing. Celebrate the consistencies, okay, over just the outcomes. Okay, stop being so vested in the outcome. Practice patience as an active trust, okay, not just waiting. So we want to reframe it and say, that your growth doesn't need pressure, it needs presence.
I like
now,
it.
Here's my fourth awakening, and this is really interesting. And that's we were just talking about it in a way, just this whole redefining of midlife, because we're not really winding down. We are in the process of becoming. We are becoming. I believe we are becoming what we were always meant to be. It's just that now things are coming totally full circle. Okay. So your awakening is really important in this, because midlife often talks about, it implies decline, erases the ongoing hormonal and emotional changes that go on after midlife, and it diminishes leadership and relevance. Okay. So for women over 50, this framing becomes inaccurate and it's harmful. So what we want to take a look at is maybe, question the language that limits us, turn that around, name the season as a recalibration. I've been using that word a lot, recalibration, and not a decline, and honor your wisdom as a form of okay, and release timelines that no longer apply. So this is not the midlife of the story. It's the turning point. So you're no longer in the throes of just midlife. You're awakening to the fact that you are actually at a turning point in your life. And within that turning point are all kinds of different seasons. So you're in a constant recalibration, a constant change and transition. This is what your life is going to be all about as you move forward. If that part doesn't really go away, because you're constantly figuring out and succeeding in figuring out, if you pay attention to it, the things you need to do to support yourself so that you can continue to live a life that you want to live, whatever that's like. And here's something that's really important, because solitude isn't withdrawal, it's restoration. And we have to awaken to the fact that we need to have solitude, we need to rest, and we need to pay attention to our nervous system. And the reason why this is important, because midlife nervous system is often overstimulated, hypervigilant, and carries decades of stress, okay? And that solitude becomes medicine, not escape. Because what happens if you ignore the need to have solitude and rest and pay attention to your nervous system and service your nervous system? You have chronic anxiety, that was me, sleep disruption, emotional reactivity, and a loss of joy. And the best way to
Mm.
awaken to this is to redefine rest as regulation, not laziness. We got to let go of that fact that you're not being lazy. You're supporting your system, you're regulating it so it can continue to support you. Choose quiet intentionally. This is so important, taking time out in the course of your day just to be quiet, just to be still, and create rhythms instead of rigid routines. Instead of, well, I have to
Mhm.
do this, this, and this. Well, take a look at why you feel you have to do this, this, and this. And instead, take a look at what feels good for you to do, no matter what the time is or what the length of time is. Maybe it's mid afternoon for an hour or whatever it is. Really take a look at what really services you and then do that. And set that as and do it with your rhythm, your body's rhythm in mind, and not just with the confines of what society says or what that book said or whatever. It's all about what works for you. And practice slower breathing and gentler music. So the reframe should be rest restores the capacity for joy. And
Mm.
that is my last awakening because I had six of them. I mean, this was really weird how this happened on one of my walks. I had six of them. The other one was choosing joy in real life because joy doesn't wait for life to settle. Okay. It
Mhm.
chooses to live fully anyway. You know, Paul talked about, I choose to have joy in my current circumstances. And his current circumstances, he was in prison, in sewage up to his knee with open sores, and he's writing about choosing to have joy in the current circumstances. Well, in midlife, it could be very much like that in midlife and beyond, and also given all the crazy things that are going on right now, it's definitely a situation where somehow or other you have to find a way to choose joy over, operating in fear and anger all the time. And a
Mhm.
lot of times, we as women will postpone our joy by saying, well, after things calm down, or after I fix this, or after someday. And midlife teaches us that someday is not promised. Okay.
Mhm.
So, and if we don't awaken to this, that we need to choose joy, we start having this like emotional flatness, almost numbness,
Mhm.
living on pause, all the time, regret over those unlived moments, and kind of disconnecting from pleasure and play. And what we need to do instead is maybe facilitate an awakening for the need to have joy, is identify joy in your life, the small daily joys in your life, and also allow joy without guilt, have fun without guilt, and
Mhm.
practice presence instead of postponement. Focus on the now. I'll do it tomorrow. We all know tomorrow never comes, right? Do it now
Mhm.
and reclaim
Mhm.
pleasure as a life force. Okay. So joy is just resilience in action. That's what it is.
Mm.
So, when I looked at all these ideas and I put it all together, I felt like, this is really an unfolding. It's an awakening in terms of a new way to live. And that's exactly why I created the Midlife Awakening Summit, because I have put together 9 experts in the field of mind, body, spirit, wellness, holistic practices. We have doctors, naturopaths, functional practitioners, therapists, coaches, motivational speakers, who are all going to be productivity specialists, a confidence specialist, are all going to be speaking to women 40 and beyond about ways to vibe, to be more vibrant, intuitive, beautiful, and empowered. Ways to do that, and using the concept as awakening the motivation that you need to get you there, because you have to allow yourself to awaken to the idea that things really are different, but just because they're different doesn't mean that life is over. It just means you recalibrate and do things a little differently to support your body, your mind, and your spirit, so that you can continue on with the effervescence and the excitement that life really has for you, especially at this stage of life. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys today.
Wow. Well, Lynnis, we have put up the graphic for your summit. I have put the link in the chat for those who will be watching on the replay and those who've been watching live, so that they can go and see the details and sign up for the summit. Exactly what is the date?
The date starts on the 21st through the 23rd. It is all virtual, and it starts at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you cannot make those times, you will get all of the replays, and you will also get the downloads that all the speakers have for you and that I have for you as well. And when you purchase a registration, you automatically are enrolled in the Vibe Wellness Woman Network, and you'll either be enrolled, depending on which package, 2 months, 3 months, or 1 year. That's kind of how the package is. And that will give you even further information and support, because there's all kinds of other activities I'll be rolling out right after this summit that's going to be going on the website, in the network itself.
Wow.
And Lynnis, I wanted to mention that I like the way that your email system tells us every morning. I mean, you come in.
Yeah, it took a little while to get that all figured out. But okay, good. It's interesting because one person said they clicked on it and it took them to her Wix site. So I don't know what that glitch is. A lot of times, quite frankly, when something's a little weird, it has to do with the person who's doing it and not, the system. Because I've tested it several times. Yeah. And I'm prepared. I'm telling people, if they need any help in maneuvering anything, just reach out to me. I'll help you, because I understand that this might be challenging for some women as they get older. But you know what? I'm going to drag you kicking and screaming into the 21st century, because you got to know this. If you really want to stay healthy and be vibrant and active, you got to know how to maneuver on your computer and your internet, because that's the way it's going to be. That's the way it is. And actually, it's so good for your brain to learn new things and then to implement the things that you learn. So let's take a look at belonging to the network as a way to exercise your brain and to take those skills and use them other places. Yeah.
Okay. Oh my gosh. So guys, there's the content for the summit. You can see it when you click on the link. You'll be able to go to the actual place where you can register, and you can see all of the details and the dates.
And also, if when you click on the registration page, when you click to register, if you go a little bit further down, there's all these frequently asked questions that a lot of people were asking. Just click on there, and it will take you to the frequently asked questions that people ask. And I think I covered a lot. To scale on down there, and you'll see all the different questions that people were beginning to ask. So I put a section down there. It should be below there. It's not there.
Okay, let's go a little. Oh, here we are.
There they are. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
FAQs.
And so there's lots. So if you have questions, most of them can be answered there. But if not, there is also a way to get in touch with me if you still have other questions.
Great. This is well done, Lynnis. You seem to have addressed all of
almost everything. And I'm telling you, it's never too late to do this stuff, folks. I'm almost 69 years old, and I ended up doing all of this myself. I'm proud of that. That's not the way I planned it, but people get sick. And, one monkey can't stop a show, or two monkeys in this case. So I had to just like, okay, well, put on my big panties and do it. And so I'm telling you, if God brings you to it, there's a reason for it. It's to develop you. It's to stretch you. It's to put you on the other side of something that is going to have a huge breakthrough and blessing to you. So I'm just want to encourage you guys, women especially, go to the AI programs that that Terry was talking about when I came on, and that Francine and Terry are doing, because it's important. AI does not have to be the bad guy. It's not a monster or anything. It's all in how you use it. I can tell you right now, I wish I could tell you what Ori just got through telling me right now. She just popped up. I have this thing that triggers, and she pops up and she tells me basically how great I am based upon the work that I did yesterday.
I love it. I love it, because we all need encouragement.
We do. And I know we shouldn't be as outer directed, but if we're going to be outer directed, why not be outer directed by somebody, an AI that you've programmed to know who you are and know the things you need to hear so that you can keep moving forward.
The other thing is that God never lets anything we go through go to waste. So whatever you're experiencing, you're going to need it. So come on, grow. Come on and grow this year. Lynnis, we just thank you, because you have encouraged us to grow and awaken right now.
Right now.
Right
Right
now.
now. It's
Not
never too
later,
late.
but right now. And so,
That's right.
guys, we want to encourage you to attend the summit. We have put the link in the chat. And also, if you need to have more information, you can always contact us here at BizChicks, or you can go to Woman Vibe wellnesswoman.com, and there is the link for the Midlife Awakening Summit. Thank you again, Lynnis, for all you do.
Thank you so
Every
much.
time you come, we grow. And
Good.
seriously, and we're excited. Is there something you wanted to share, Robin? I'm talking so much. Let me get.
No. I'm just wanted to thank Lynnis. It was so relevant for me. I loved
Good.
the whole show was just perfect.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And
Great way to start the year with my favorite ladies.
it it just hits home, and if people just listen to it's like, oh my goodness, it's so perfect.
I
Yeah,
know she's.
I've done this live with a couple of folks, a couple of entities, and on a podcast too. And the feedback I got was the same. I didn't realize I was hitting on anything in particular. I just knew it resonated with me.
Yes.
You know, in terms of what's the difference between where I was at 45 and where I am now, besides my age, of course, and besides the fact my body's changed, but it's a different way of thinking.
It
Well,
is.
we have acquired a lot of wisdom.
That's right. Don't discount that. And I'm telling you, and it's very age appropriate in the 20s and 30s and maybe early 40s. You think you know it all, but by the time you get into the 60s, you realize how much you really do not know.
Exactly.
Or didn't know. Learned.
Right. But also realizing that there is nothing to substitute for life experience. I don't care how smart you think you are, a little 30-year-old. Life experience is the teacher, okay? Ultimately. And there's no way you can get in 30 years, 68 years worth of life experience. I mean, I'm sorry. It just doesn't calibrate, okay?
Well,
so
it's like I tell my daughters, you can get it from me, or you can pay for it yourself. But all of these are these bot lessons, girl. You can just take them off the shelf.
It's so funny because people, we plant seeds, but you know they're going to still do what they want to do because that's age appropriate. That's where they are. But
just
at
like
some point in time, right, at some point in time, we take good care of ourselves, we'll be able to hear, you know, Mom, you were right about such and such. I'm beginning to hear that now. And I'm like,
I am too now that they're fast approaching 40.
Because your daughters are all in their 40s now, aren't
the oldest one is 41, and then we have one that's going to be 38, one that's going to be 37, and one that's going to be 33. So they are now past mid-30s, except for one. So yeah, they're on their way. And the one that just turned 41 is the one that wanted to visit 20 countries in her 40s, and she visited 22 countries. She wanted to visit 20 countries in her 40th year. And she visited 22, and she's 41. Wow. Having a child that's 41 is just so funny. It's just, I'll have to send you guys her New Year's message to us. I'm going to send it to you after we get off, and you'll crack up. She's the one that doesn't have any children, but she is a kid at heart. And she'll probably look the way she looks until she's 80. Because she's just got this zest for living, and she's just got this effervescence, and she just makes us laugh all the time. So she's probably not the typical 41. So maybe I still don't know. But the next one that's going to be 41, I'll know. Because she's already talking about her aches and pains at 38. So
well, we declare joy in everyone's life this year, that we would celebrate the joy of just being able and taking advantage of that. So with that, I want to thank you so much, Lynnis, for your time. We're at the top of the hour. We've got to go, but we love you, and we'll see you soon.
See you soon. Thanks, everyone.
Bye, Lynnis. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We'll see Lynnis back on the 23rd of
January. Oh, good. Oh, great.
And also, I'm signed up for the summit, so I'll see her at the summit. Yeah. And I intend on attending live. I want to be there live
during the summit.
Yeah, there's something about being live is so much better. But yeah, I'm very excited about it.
Wow. So, what do we have coming up next week?
Next week we have Jill Weston, our
the Whisperer.
Yes. Our chaos whisperer. Yeah.
Yes. She's going to calm our chaos. Well,
That's right.
hopefully, we're not going to allow chaos in this year. We're just going to learn how to relax. And she is good at helping us do that.
Hmm.
Oh my goodness. I just want to thank you so much for what you do every week for us. How you help us to focus on things that are going to just help us grow, give us longevity, which was your topic today, and help us to just relax and enjoy the ride in our business life as well as our lifestyle. Thank you so much, Robin.
Oh, you're so welcome. I love it.
Just
I love you guys. I love Biz Chicks. No.
It has just been a joy to work with you. And guys, we want you to know that if you're looking to become a part of this community, you can simply text biz to 33777 or go to bizchicks.net and join our community. We'd love to share with our community what it is you do and how you serve. Remember that Biz Chicks has a lunch and learn every first Monday. It's something that we're starting new. We've moved from first Mondays in the evening to having first Monday lunch and learn from 1 to 2 every first Monday. You're going to learn something that will help you do business better. It's going to be hands-on, so make sure you have your devices with you. And we look forward to seeing you there. Have a great day, and thank you again, Robin. Bye-bye, everyone.
Thank you for tuning in today. We trust you've learned something to help you build a more profitable business and take the hassle out of your hustle. See you next time.